I've been a professional in motocross, and then several years later, I turned professional in mountain biking and cyclocross. When you get that first taste of something that you really love, you're kind of like, oh, okay, let's go. A big like national style race, outdoor stuff, there's 41 guys on the gate. And 41 guys funnel down to a corner that's 30 feet wide, maybe, going 70, 80 miles an hour, I guess, on dirt, roughly. Honestly, that's the scariest part of the race, but, you know, and then from there, it's as fast as your body and your bike and the terrain will let you go. I think that's probably why I felt like I was just naturally pretty good at mountain biking, because everything was coming at you so much slower than a motorcycle that it just kind of came easy. You know, obstacles are coming at you at most 15, 20 miles an hour, and you're carrying a bike that's 20 pounds versus a motorcycle that's 250. So I think it just slowed things down.
I don't know, well, I mean, I guess for me, this is my first time actually bikepacking. They've done this a few times, so I'm definitely going to be in good hands.
Racers don't bikepack.
I've done a bunch of camping and a bunch of riding bikes, so I figured, you know, it can't be too terribly different other than you're carrying all your camping gear on your bike.
I took her out. It was a Friday night. I walked alone to get the feeling right. We started making out. She took off my pants.
You know, Will's one of my best friends.
TV. And that's about the time she walked away from me.
He is hard to embarrass.
Something freshman year.
There's no shame in that man.
It's not about going fast or, you know, wearing the right stuff, but having this relationship with the bike for the rest of your life. Like what it means, what it can do, where it can take you. So that's pretty cool to be able to pass that along.
And Jared is quickly becoming one of my best friends.
Gotta move. And the cool thing about both these guys being along, not only are we all good friends, but these guys are like brothers.
Probably the one thing that was on my mind the whole time preparing for the trip, like, okay, I have to carry everything on my bike that I feel like I'm gonna need, but you can't carry so much that it weighs you down or adds weight to your bike and makes a bunch of noise in your bags, and you're like, I'm never gonna use that. But I don't know, I'd say that was the biggest thing, is just being really mindful of what you have with you, because there's no convenience store to pop in and grab something real quick, you know. Really, just like any kind of hobby you get into, there's an initial cost involved. The nice thing about it, though, with cycling in general, that once you kind of make that initial investment, then you're kind of good to go. And bikepacking is really no different other than food. You know, once you have all the gear, you can leave your front door anytime and just go. Riding a bike, you obviously want to go fast, but don't get in a hurry, because you're loaded down and you're going on an adventure. Pace is really slow, and I don't want that to be like a bad thing. The pace, it's nice to slow it down, and because it forces you to kind of look around and be aware of your surroundings a little bit more, because whenever you're riding with like a competitive mindset, you don't really have time to look around you and admire the view. That was the cool part about bikepacking, is you did a big monster climb or whatever, and you're, great, let's sit down, let's have some cookies and take a look at what we've just accomplished, When we came back, I was talking to my wife about it, and I just kept saying, man, I want to take you and Reese on something like this. Obviously, she's like a year and a half, so it's kind of out of the question right now. But I think when she's old enough to kind of ride, then I think, yeah, there's no reason why we can't do that. Even if it's just weekend little trips that are out and back, just something fun and kind of get her exposed to every form of being outside that we can, be it hiking or bikepacking or racing, whatever, you know. So yeah, I want to do as much as I can with her. You learn so much about life and the world around you whenever you're out in, you know, God's creation rather than stuck in a cubicle somewhere. Having a kid who's exposed to the outdoors and, you know, like a kid who can kind of take care of themselves outdoors, that's a pretty cool accomplishment, I think, as a parent. The cool thing, it's like, yeah, well, if they get lost, that's cool. See them in a few days, you know, they can take care of themselves. I remember someone saying, like, as you get older, the days go slow and the years go fast. And it's crazy having a kid, man. It does. It makes you want to hit pause. You know, when you're younger, you just kind of want to do things now and you wanted it done yesterday. But I think as you get older, you kind of start to slow it down a little bit and enjoy the process of things, and then just, you know, kind of enjoy where you are in life. And that kind of shows in your hobbies or whatever it is that you are doing. And I think it was just kind of natural for me to do that with cycling. I still love being competitive and I still love racing at a high level, but I also really enjoy going out with no real goal in mind other than get to the campsite, you know.